Hi students, it's your College and Career Readiness Advisor, Mrs. Warren. Today I'm going to give you an overview of Naviance. Naviance is going to be used for anything college and career related. You will use it 9th, 10th, and 11th grade for career exploration and college research. And then your senior year, you will also use it to request your official transcripts, letters of recommendations, scholarships, and continued college research. So the first thing that you need to do is get logged into Naviance. So how you do that, the easiest way is by logging in through your OneLink account. So once you are logged into OneLink, there is an app called Naviance. You will click on that and it will automatically log you in and bring you to your home screen. If you would like, you can also click on the link provided on the CCR webpage. This will bring you to the Naviance login screen. You will select student. You will select continue with Clever, and then you will type in your student email address and password. So the same student email address and password that you use to log into Schoology and OneLink. Alrighty, so a brief overview before we dive into each specific tab. This is your home screen. If you're familiar with Naviance, you will notice that a few things are a little bit different, starting with the color. The second thing is that the tabs are at the top instead of on the right-hand side. But from your homepage, you will see just a little welcome note. You will see your favorite tabs, your important to-dos and tasks. So these are things that I might have scheduled for you to complete. And then under the what's new, you will see all of your in-person college visits that will take place at Dulles High School. From there, you will see the 5 little tabs appear: your home, self-discovery, career, college, and planner. And then over here, you will see your About Me tab, where you can access your account information, any surveys, and then documents and notes. And then right here is the mail. Here you will receive any messages from me. These messages will also be directly sent to the email address that you have on file. And I will show you towards the end how to update that email address. Just really quick before I begin the presentation, I wanted to show you this tab down below. It says Show Me How. So this is available to all students. If there is something that you would like more in-depth details about that I was not able to speak on, you can search through this and it will give you a guided tour. So let's say guided tour for College Match. It will give you exactly how to access those things by guiding you through. So make sure that you remember that show me how button at the bottom. Okay, so the first tab that we are going to dive into is the self-discovery tab. This is where you will find all of your assessments. So when you click on the self-discovery home, all of your assessments will show up on one page. Depending on your grade level will determine which assessments are available to you. I encourage my freshmen to take Career Interest Profile, my sophomores to take the Achieve Works Intelligence, my juniors to take the Achieve Works Personality, and my seniors to take the Career Key. So the cool thing about the recently updated Naviance is you can now take these assessments as many times as you want. So you could take them your 9th grade year and then compare them to taking them your junior or senior year. So the results from each assessment will give you a potential career pathway. So it's going to help you identify specific related careers based on the results from the assessment. So this might be from your personality traits or your specific interest. Once you have that list of careers, you can then begin to research them. Or if you already have a couple of career options in mind, you can also research those potential careers. So you'll click on the career tab and then hit Explore Careers. If you know the career pathway based on the assessment, you can search through here. Or if you know a potential career pathway that you want to pursue, you can type it in the search engine and then you can look at the different options related to that specific career. So let's say you wanted to go into education and you wanted to be a middle school teacher. You could then research middle school teachers, so you could learn about the occupation, the education required, which is a great tool. So let's say that you want to be a middle school teacher. You'll know that you need at least 4 years of college, But let's say you want to be an ultrasound tech. Well, an ultrasound tech will only need a certification, so it might need a 1 to 2 year certification. So this is a great tool to understand which colleges might be best for you, or if you even need to attend college. This also gives you the median national salary. It gives you a brief overview of what they do in their everyday workday. It gives you the map of the wages across the United States, specific tasks that are required for that job, related majors, and then other related careers that you might want to research as well. You can click on skills and experience. So this tells you the important things that you'll need for this position. So the knowledge you'll need, the skills, abilities, activities, and tasks. Then you can click on the wages, and again, this will bring up that map that showcases the different wages throughout the United States. If you know that this is one of your favorite careers, you can click the favorite button. You can access your favorites by going to clicking on career and then favorite career and clusters. And this will show all of the different careers that you have favorited, and you can compare and contrast your different careers. So the next tab that I want to talk to you about, and the one that I think is the most important, is the college tab. So here you will find all of the different resources to research different colleges. You will also find the Apply to College tab. So when you are a senior, this will come available. So you will add colleges that you're applying to your list. You will request transcripts and letters of recommendations from Dulles High School teachers through Naviance. So this will be important your senior year. And then you can also research scholarship opportunities. So this you can begin your 9th grade year, but please note that most scholarship opportunities are for seniors, but there are plenty out there that may be available for underclassmen as well. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to dive into is the SuperMatch college search. And so the amazing thing about the SuperMatch is you can really decide on the college that you want to attend based on specific criteria. So location, academics, admissions, student life, diversity, institution characteristics, cost, athletics, resources, and groups available on that campus. So I'm going to go ahead and clear this out. So we will do a little practice search. So let's say we want to stay centralized. So this will include Texas. You can, if you would like, you can exit out all of these and just have Texas up there. You can also just search for Texas. Alrighty, we're going to move on to academics. We want bachelor's degree to be available. We also want to search for a specific major, so you can scroll through here and click on one, or you can simply type one in. Let's say we want to make sure that accounting and business is available. So then we're going to move on to admissions. We're going to leave this alone, but please note that you can change your GPA to your GPA, the SAT scores required, the acceptance rates. Student life, you can look at organizations, Greek life, ROTC, etc. Diversity, do you want it to be a co-ed college, a men or a women's school? Religious affiliation, that might be a big one, or if it's out of state. And the institution characteristics, so is it a public, private, 2, 4-year school? So we're just going to leave all that alone. Okay, so right now we just narrowed it down to location and major. So you will see that the results include 9 institutions that are both an academic match and also match all criteria selected above. So Texas State was my first 100% match. So it's a Texas school, and they offer that accounting and business major. So then you can scroll down and look at all the colleges that are available based on my 100% match. You can then scroll down to look at colleges that might not be 100%, but still offer some specific criteria. Alrighty, and so from there you can look, you can just get a brief overview, you can favorite it, you can pin to compare, or you can click right here and you can actually click on the school to look at an overview of the application process, the admissions requirements, etc. So here's an overview. Again, it gives you the average net price, graduation rate, acceptance rate, deadlines, getting to know the college. You can also click right here, opening you straight to the Texas State website. can scroll down and read through all of this. You can also get more specific by clicking on studies. This looks at the majors that are offered. Admissions is a really important one. So again, it gives you deadlines, application fees, how you can apply. It gives you your high school applications history. So this says in 2020 that 55 students from Dulles High School, so this is all Dulles High School information, had applied, 27 were accepted, and 8 were enrolled. Please remember that this is all self-reported information, so it's as accurate as the student reporting, okay? So just keep that in the back of your head. It will also showcase the scattergram, so this is just another chart that helps you see, so let's say this student right here was accepted. They had an 1100 SAT, a 2.6 GPA, and they were accepted based on those numbers. Again, these are Dulles High School students. This is self-reported information, so take it with a grain of salt. But you can see the legend down here of what all these might mean. I also love this where it says application requirements, what's required, recommended, and optional. The courses recommended to complete in high school, and then the application factors. So like the very important things to consider, and then things that are not considered. So you can see right here, they don't consider recommendation letters. So you do not need to send them to Texas State. You can also scroll down and gives you all the deadlines and then the admissions information. So I'm going to show how you can get here just by searching for a school. So that was through SuperMatch. You can also click on College Lookup or the Advanced College Search, which is similar to the SuperMatch. And let me go ahead and pause and I'll log back in. Okay, so we are going to click on College Lookup. Let's say that there's a college that you already know that you are thinking about applying to. You can look up by keyword. So we'll do here, Texas Tech. It's always a good go-to. So you can click on the school right here, and then this will give you, just like Texas State, an overview of the school. Okay, so then you can click on that admissions again, and this will bring you all that information, including the scattergrams for that college. You can also look at cost. So this is the average grant amount that students receive through financial aid, the average Pell Grant, and then the average federal student loan amount for Texas Tech University. Alrighty, so another way, if you want, you can click on the College Home button. This will just bring you to like the home page. What's super interesting is if you wanted, you could click on scattergrams right here, but you can also look at acceptance history. And again, this is based on Dulles High School students. So we'll go ahead and first click on scattergrams. You can search from this list, or you can type in a school. We'll do Baylor, for example. You can see that there's 432 applications over the last couple of years from Dulles High School. And this will bring you up to the scattergrams. Okay, going back, you can also look at, you can compare colleges. So once you find a couple schools that you like, you can favorite them. So let's go ahead and favorite Baylor. And then you can compare those colleges. Now, I would have to add schools. This is just a demo account, but once you start adding schools, you can compare the colleges based on your information. So this would pull up your GPA, your SAT scores, and compare it to specific colleges that you're interested in applying to and see if those would be a good fit. Okay, and so the last thing that I want to talk to you about when it comes to college research is the colleges I'm thinking about. So I showed you how I favorited a college. It's important that you go ahead and favorite colleges because once you're a senior and you know that you're going to apply to that school, all you have to do is click on the school right here and you can move it to your application list, which will move it to your colleges I'm applying to list. The colleges I'm applying to list is going to be important for requesting transcripts, and I'm going to talk more about that in just a minute. Okay, and so the last tab that I'm going to talk about is the Planner tab. So you can go to the planner home, or you can select from the drop-down menu. So I will upload specific tasks for students to complete. So it might be an assessment task, it might be a survey task, and you can find that by clicking on a task assigned to me. You can also find surveys by going to surveys and then clicking on surveys from your school. And this will pull up any surveys that I have required you to complete. So maybe a planning survey, the graduation survey, it will all pull up here. So make sure that you're keeping track of things under your planner. Okay. And now I'm going to quickly show you the About Me. Once I show you the About Me, I'm then going to overview all the important things through Naviance for seniors. So if you're not a senior, you do not have to watch this part, but maybe if you're a junior planning for that next season, you can go ahead and stay tuned for all these senior-specific items through Naviance. Alrighty, so the first thing I'm going to show you is your account. So through your account, you will need to edit your email address. And the reason I say that is because we send emails quite often. So myself, the counselors in the school send emails through Naviance to all students and parents. If you're a senior, you get them once a week or maybe several times a week. If you're an underclassman, you might get them once a month or once a semester or maybe even once a week. You just never know. So make sure that you are editing your email address to a personal email address. Okay, so, and the reason I say that is because I want to make sure that you are getting the communication in a timely manner. The email address that should already be uploaded on your Naviance account is your student email address. If you check your student email address quite often, you can go ahead and keep it. If you don't, I encourage you to change it to a personal email. Please note that your senior year, you will be required to change it to a personal email. The reason is because once you graduate, you will switch over to alumni status. And the only way you can log in and update your password is by logging in with a personal email address that was already uploaded onto Naviance. Alrighty, some other things you can find is your resume. If you would like, it's not a requirement, but if you would like, you can go ahead and add a resume here. You can add different sections to this resume, or you can print or export your resume that you've created through Naviance. So this is a great tool if you want to start building your resume. You can build it through Naviance, and it's quite easy. All you have to do is add the information. So an objective, a summary, education. You can add all this information in, and then you can print and export it. The next thing I want to show you is your test scores. So we do upload your test scores. We only upload your PSAT and your SATs. So those can be found here. And then your senior year, we upload your GPA and your class rank. Alrighty, so now I'm going to move on to senior specific items. And I just remembered right before I do that, I do want to show you really quick scholarships just in case. So you can access scholarships by clicking college and then clicking on scholarships I'm applying to, national scholarship list, or the scholarship list. So this list is actually curated by Fort Bend ISD. You will have scholarships available to you by clicking on local and regional scholarships. So make sure you look at these. From the scholarship list, you can also find a scholarship website that Fort Bend ISD actually pays for our students. It's the second one, and it's right here. It says hundreds of scholarships for Fort Bend ISD students. So click on that link and then click on the website. It will ask you to type in, here I'll show y'all. It will ask you to type in a username and password. The username is ftbend and the password is ftbend. And then you can log in. And again, you can find just hundreds, if not thousands, of different scholarships available to students. Okay, so the last thing that I'm going to talk about in this video is senior-specific items for using Naviance. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to my homepage. So I'm going to show you how to add colleges to your list of colleges you're applying to, how to request official transcripts, how to request letters of recommendation from Dulles High School teachers, and how to match your Common App. So the first thing I'm going to show you is colleges I'm applying to. So I'm going to go ahead and change my view to 12th grade. So I'm going to click on colleges I'm applying to. When you first log in and you are ready to add your schools, you will see that there's this red box that pops up that says it looks like you are not currently able to apply to Common App schools. Now, if you are not applying to Common App schools, and remember, Common App is typically used for your out-of-state or more prestigious and private campuses, you will just ignore this. You do not have to match your account. If you are applying using Common App schools, you will be required to match your account. Okay, and the reason you need to do that is because Common App works with Naviance to make it easier for your counselors to submit documents. Okay, so there's a couple of steps, and there's actually a video on my website I will show you that can guide you in how to match your Common App. So let me show you that right quick. So through my website, if you click on Common App Counselor Request, you can click on this video right here, and it will give you instructions on how to match your account to Naviance. Okay, let me exit out of these tabs. Okay, so how you add a school to your college list. All you need to do is click on the red plus sign and then type in the school that you're applying to. So let's say Texas State University. You need to make sure that it is inputted correctly. Under app type, this is when you are submitting your application. So we are going to typically put regular decision. You might put priority. If it's an out-of-state school, you might have the option to apply as early decision or early action. So make sure you double check your app type. But typically it's going to be either rolling or regular decision. I'll submit my application. You are going to leave it at direct to the institute. In just a second, I'll show you a Common App school, and I'll show you the different drop-down menu options. If you've submitted your application, you will select I've submitted my application and then add your application. You are not going to add and request transcript unless you have submitted an application. Okay, you cannot request a transcript until after you have submitted an application, either through Apply Texas, Common App, Coalition, etc. So we are just going to add the application right now. Okay. So from there, I'm going to show you a Common App school. So the cool thing about Common App is once it's matched, you will not have to add the schools. They will automatically populate here for you, but you can add a school if you would like. So let's go ahead and do, I'm trying to find a Common App school that I know for sure. I think Baylor. So we'll type in Baylor. Please note, though, if it's a Texas school, I really want you to use Apply Texas, but we'll use Baylor as an example because I know that it's on Common App. So we're going to leave it as rolling admissions, which is typical or regular decision, but we'll just leave it at rolling admissions. And then I'll submit my application. You are never going to leave it at I'm not sure yet. You are either going to indicate direct to the institute or via Common App. We're going to put direct to the institute because it's Baylor, which is a Texas school, and we applied through Apply Texas. If you applied through Common App, though, you would put Common App. You would never leave it at I'm not sure yet, okay? You would say I've submitted my application, and then we're going to add our application. So once we've added all of our applications and we have submitted our applications, we are then ready to request transcripts. So all you need to do is click on Request Transcripts up in the corner. At the beginning of school, you will only have the option to submit your initial transcript. If this is the first transcript that you are sending to the school, you are going to click Initial, okay? You are then going to choose the colleges from your list of colleges. So let's say Baylor. We're going to click Done, and then we're going to hit Request and Finish. And so now I've requested that transcript to be sent to Baylor. Okay, if you want to look at your different transcript requests, you can click on Manage Transcripts. You can see that Baylor University is still pending. So now the registrar is going to go in and submit these transcripts for me. Okay, so the registrar is the one who will submit these transcripts electronically through Naviance for students. Okay. Now, there is one big difference between Common App and all other application portals. So through Common App, you are still going to put your request in through Naviance for transcripts. But before you do that, you must request additional documents from your counselor. So Common App is a little bit more difficult because it requires your counselor to submit a school profile, a transcript, your courses that you're taking, and potentially a counselor recommendation letter. So how you can do that is, again, through my website. You can click on Common App Counselor Request, and you will read through this. This is the things that you need to do before you can request a transcript on Naviance. So the difference is the Apply Texas, Coalition, all those different application portals, the registrar will send the transcript through Naviance. If it is a Common App school, the counselor will send the transcript through Naviance. So that's the big difference, okay? So you will need to first complete your Common application through Common App. You'll need to link your Common App to Naviance. The instructions are here. And then you'll need to email your counselor the following information: a resume, a list of colleges you're applying to through Common App, and a list of required documents needed, a transcript, school profile, recommendation letter, etc. You can find their information by clicking on the links below, and we'll give them your email address, and you can go ahead and email them for those requests. All right, so that is transcript requests. The next thing that I want to talk about, and the last thing, is letters of recommendations. So if you go to the college home button, you will scroll down to apply to college, and you can see right here, letters of recommendation. Now, really important, letters of recommendations through Naviance can only be requested for Dulles High School teachers. If your recommender is not a Dulles High School teacher, you will need to research how the university that you're applying to likes to receive letters of recommendation. So it might be through a student portal. So for example, UT would like letters of recommendations submitted through their My Document Upload System, which is a student portal that you'll receive after you apply. You might need to mail that letter of recommendation, or you might need to email it. So again, Naviance is only used for teachers, okay, counselors and teachers. So any request that need to be made for teachers will go through Naviance, okay? So how you add that request is you just click Add Request. You will select from the teacher list. So let's say Coach Warren. And then you will select from the list of schools because you've already added your colleges, okay? If you haven't, you would have to go back. Please never select all current and future colleges I added to colleges I'm applying to. You will always need to select specific colleges. And the reason is some colleges do not require, some require a certain amount, some are only allowed a certain amount. So you just want to make sure that you're selecting the specific colleges. So you will see from this list that none of the colleges that I'm applying to actually are required. So you will just see that Baylor, 0 are required, 5 are allowed. Houston Community College, you don't need to worry about it. Texas State, you don't need to worry about it because they don't even accept them. Texas Tech, only 3 are allowed, 0 are required. And then you can't even click University of Houston because the college does not accept letters of recommendation through Naviance. Okay, so before you request your teacher letter of recommendation, you will need to email the teacher. So if you go to my website and you click on, where is it? The college application, and you click on recommendation letter instructions, this gives you all the instructions for requesting teacher letters of recommendations. You'll need to email them, provide them with a resume, let them know the due date of the recommendation letter, and then let them know that you are going to put the request in through Naviance. So I'm going to go back home. That was just a quick overview of Naviance. There are several different things that you can do in Naviance, and I hope that you utilize these tools. They are here for your benefit. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. Again, my name is Kaylee Warren, so my email is kahley.warren@fortbenisd.com. Please feel free to email me.